What's up, guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today we're going to be looking at the Batman Team-Up Commons, doing a full set review, starting with the Commons. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, we got Robin here, who is set number 1, and, you know, I will say they've done an amazing job on these Teen Titans Go figures. They look just like the show. I think they always do a really good job on, you know, those weird, like, cartoony and video game looking sculpts. They always do a really good job. They always come out looking great, like the JLU ones and everything. But anyway, starting us off with Robin here. He's got Batman Family, Gotham City, Teen Titans, Celebrity, and Detective keywords. Pretty much everything you'd want there. He's got Leadership and Outwit, and when Robin uses Leadership and succeeds this turn, when a friendly character uses the Titans team ability, the chosen character heals 2 clicks instead of 1. So in case you don't know what it does, here you go. Take a power action, choose an adjacent friendly character that can use the team ability and heal that character 1 click, then roll a d6. On a 1 through 4, this character is dealt 1 unavoidable damage. So it's kind of like giving them a click of health from yourself, unless you manage to get a 5 or 6. But it helps heal up, you know, your most important characters. So he's 50 or 25 points. He also has Batman Family team ability, or Batman Ally team ability, I should say. It's a great team ability, gives him stealth, so you got Charge, Quake, Super Senses, Leadership, Outwit, you know, 6 clicks of health, so pretty solid for 50 points. 4 range can also come in handy. For 25 points, you know, pretty interesting. He's only 4 clicks long with combat reflexes, which does combo nicely with the stealth. Leadership for only 25 points is great. But he only has leap climb, which, you know, not the best power for sure. Helps him get around a little bit, but I mean, a super cheap leadership for, you know, Teen Titans and Batman Family teams. So if you're just really trying to squeeze a leadership on your team, the 25-point option is great for that. You know, the 50-point line is kind of just, you know, if you want to go like full power Robin and actually be able to charge in there and hit stuff and use some outwit first, but I like both point lines for what they do and for what they offer a team. He's certainly not amazing, but he is only a common, so I think he does just fine. All right, and the next one, number 2 in the set, we've got Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh, Raggy. So it's so cool, I think, to have the Scooby Gang in Clicks. I mean, I never in a million years thought that we would get something like that. So I am a fan of Scooby-Doo, so I am kind of happy to see them, honestly. It's like a nice surprise, you know? You got Mystery Inc., Animal, and Detective keywords. Then he's got a trait that gives him shape change, and when Scooby-Doo uses it and succeeds this turn, friendly characters with the Mystery Inc. keyword can use toughness. So that's pretty nice. If he gets attacked and you roll shape change and succeed, then everybody gets toughness. Nothing crazy about that, but very useful for a Mystery Inc. team. Only 50 points, though. He's pretty solid. 8 movement charge, 11 attack quake, super senses, and probability control. Super senses and the traded shape change is a great combo, and you got prob. It'd be nice if he had like an 18 defense, but he's got such a great attack the whole time. 11, 12, 12, 11, 11, like, bro. Pretty crazy there. So, I mean, you know, what do you want me to say? I don't know. It's Scooby-Doo. He's pretty good, honestly, for what I would think Scooby would do. He's a nice, cheap probability control option, you know, on like a detective team. But I think mostly you're going to see this guy just on like fun Mystery Inc. teams. So all in all, I think he's just a really fun common figure. All right, next up for number 3 in the set, we have Shaggy, of course, to go with Scoob. So, you know, again, sculpts look great for this set, for the Scooby Gang as a whole. And looking at his card here, he's just got the Mystery Inc. and Detective keywords. Pretty much all the rest of them just have Mystery Inc. and Detective. Scooby's the only one that's got Animal. So anyway, you've got Super Senses traded, and when Shaggy uses it and succeeds this turn, friendly characters with the Mystery Inc. keyword can use combat reflexes. So very similar to what we saw with Scooby. And take a look at his card, or his dial here. He's got Running Shot with 11 attack, 17 energy shield, 3 damage with Perplex, 4 range, so you can move 4 and shoot 4, you know, not too crazy of range, but I wouldn't really assume he would have range anyway, so that's still pretty good. Again, great attack values, lots of 11s and 12s there. You got some charge, steal energy, and some regen, so he can definitely heal himself up. And Perplex, the whole dial is great. I think he's pretty great, honestly, for 50 points. You know, you could easily throw him onto like a detective team for a little running shot, Perplex, and, you know, he can keep himself alive pretty easy. The traded super senses, you know, that helps a lot too. I do like how his regen is basically just eating a sandwich. I mean, that makes so much sense. They were always running off to make a big sandwich somewhere. So again, Shaggy is another fun piece. I think he's a little better than Scooby just because, you know, range attacks is better than close attacks, but Scooby's pretty solid too for close attacker. So, I mean, all in all, the Mystery Inc. team is just a pretty fun theme team. Next up for the Mystery Inc. squad here, we've got Fred with his ascot. And, yeah, you know, again, looks great. This guy is pretty interesting. I wouldn't really know what to give Fred other than leadership. They gave him driving the Mystery Machine Passenger 4, which is awesome. That totally makes sense. Though it does kind of kill my hopes a little bit that we might get like a Mystery Machine vehicle as like a convention exclusive, but that's still possible. I don't know. We'll see. Then he's got Sidestep, which is great with the, you know, Passenger 4. Telekinesis is great to move people around. And then he's got an 18 Defend for his whole dial and a 2 damage with Leadership. And then the back half, he gets to 11 attack, 3 damage for some support as well. So he can be healing up the team and a little Force Blast to knock people away. So he's a very interesting dial. I'm not really sure what to think of him. You know, he's definitely more of a support role. He can carry 4 people. He can TK people around. He can defend the whole team to an 18, and he's got leadership to take tokens off everyone. So I feel like we don't see a dial with that exact, you know, matchup of powers too often, but it's a really, really good support line there. And of course, Passenger 4 is always going to be useful. So yeah, I mean, I think even just throwing him on a detective team for the Passenger 4, it doesn't even have to like include, you know, keywords only. 50 points for Passenger 4 with leadership and, you know, defend and everything, and the sidestep to carry everybody around. It's pretty good, honestly. So I think as far as, you know, Scooby's like a close attacker, Shaggy's a range attacker, Fred is definitely your support and leadership and taxi, and he does a lot, honestly. He does a lot for the 50 points. So I think, you know, you could actually use him on a team just for the taxi capability and get some good use out of him for sure. All right, up next at number 5 in the set, we've got Raven. And, you know, once again, sculpts look great, very accurate to the character designs on the show. Gotta love it. And I'm just glad to be getting more Teen Titans. I love Titans, so even Teen Titans Go versions, I'm happy you out. Anytime we can get more Teen Titans. And so she's also got celebrity and mystical keywords, which are both really good keywords right now. So you could easily throw her onto a, you know, one of those type of teams, and she could definitely put in some work for you because she's got Penetrating Blast and Telekinesis as her special attack power. She's got Titans and Mystics team abilities, and for 75 points, she's got Running Shot with Flight, 5 range, 11 attack with the Penetrating Blast, and TK special, 17 energy shield and 3 damage. Shape Change makes a good, you know, defensive layer. So I think she's pretty solid, you know, attacker, and she can kind of support with the TK as well. For 50 points, she's much more of a support specialist. You can make attacks with the Penetrating Blast, which is nice for 2 damage. You can still get some damage in, but she's got Perplex to start with. So yeah, you got TK and Perplex, which are 2 great support powers. Flight with phasing is good to get people around as well if you just need to carry them. So yeah, and then she got a little regen to heal up there at the end. I think she's a pretty solid dial. I do really like this split dial on this one being, you know, one's more of a actual attacking offensive, Running Shot, Penetrating Blast Raven, and then you have the lower dial for the more support-oriented Raven, which, you know, we've seen that before. The last one from Rebirth, I believe it was kind of like that. I still think that one's probably a little bit better, but I think that one was a rare. This is only a common. So if you weren't lucky enough to get the old rare Raven from Rebirth, which was great and very similar to this one in a lot of ways, just a little better overall, this one would be a pretty decent substitution if, like I said, you didn't have that. But if you're a fan of Raven, I would recommend going and getting the old Rebirth version. But this one is solid too. And up next, we've got Starfire, once again, looking great, looking like she's ripped straight out of the cartoon there. And taking a look at her card, we've got Teen Titans Celebrity Cosmic Ruler Warrior. Lots of good keywords there. A trait that says when a friendly character uses the Titans team ability, they may choose all adjacent friendly characters that have it instead. Then it also just says each character heals 1 click and you only roll 1d6. So that's great. You could end up healing like your whole team up instead of, you know, and probably still end up taking the one for the Titans team ability. But if you're healing 2, 3, 4 characters, it's much more beneficial to, you know, damage one character for that. Running Shot, 11 attack, penetrating blast, 18 super senses for 3 damage for 75 points. 6 range double target, flight, that's all great. I just can't help but wish that the range combat expert was on the top click. If that was on top click, that would be great. She's got 2 12s that are also just like, you know, 1 click away from the starting lines. I mean, if she takes like a poison damage, she'll be shooting like 13 for 4 penetrating, which is great. Or if she running shots and hits a Mystics or something, you could try to plan that out. But I don't know. I just really wish she started a little bit better on both point lines because they're very similar. You just got -1 attack and defense for 50 points. And I don't know, I'm just left wanting a little bit more from her, you know. Some toughness would be cool, maybe a traded toughness or something. Like, I don't know, she just needs a little bit more. I mean, for a common, she's not bad, you know. And the Titans trait is very nice to be able to heal multiple characters. I could see putting her on the team for 50 points just to get that trait, so that, you know, mid-game you could start using the team ability to heal your whole team up. But otherwise, she's kind of just, you know, average ranged attacker. Up next for the commons, we've got Moss. And later on in the uncommons, we'll have his twin Menos. But I think both of them are pretty great. We've got hypersonic speed, but gains passenger 1 instead of passenger 0, but only to carry characters that can use hypersonic speed. So they actually both have this trait, so they can kind of carry each other around and hypersonic on stuff, which is pretty cool. He starts with Empower as well. But yeah, I mean, for 25 points, you got 4 clicks of hypersonic and some starting Empower, Titans team ability. Like, what more do you really want? He can actually carry other people that can use hypersonic with him as well. So, I mean, he's a pretty good little hypersonic harasser figure for sure. All right, now we've got Harley Quinn. So, pretty cool to get a Harley Quinn in this set. We got one in the last set, and we got a convention exclusive of her recently too. But she's a popular character, always cool to see. She's got Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Injustice League, Suicide Squad, and Scientist keywords. Scientist is becoming one of my favorite keywords too. I'm just going to throw that out there. I like that a lot. But not for her probably. But she's got friendly characters with the Batman enemy team ability have the Suicide Squad team ability. So if you don't know what that does, I don't blame you. It's a very rarely used team ability. It says, when an adjacent friendly character is KO'd after resolutions, you may roll a d6. If you do, heal this character equal to the result -2, minimum 1. So that's kind of like getting to roll support on yourself. Not quite regen. Regen works differently. That's more like how support works to be able to heal. And that's also kind of similar to how the Fantastic Four team ability works. With that team ability, you just heal a click though. This one has the potential to heal you like 4 clicks, which is pretty nuts. You also got Batman Enemy, which lets you replace attack values. That can always come in handy, especially because hers, you know, are average at best. You got Charge, 10 attack, Quake, 17 super senses, and 3 damage with some perplex. for 50 points. I think for 25 points, she's great. I don't really see playing her at 50 at all. I would just play her at 25 because you're going to still have the exact same stats and powers starting out. 25 points for Perplex is pretty nice. It's a nice cheap Perplex, and she's still going to give you all of your friendly characters with Batman Enemy are going to get Suicide Squad, even if you play her at 25. I think you basically have to play her at 25 just to get the most value out of her. Unless you just really like Harley Quinn and you want to play her at 50, go right ahead. That's fine. I think she's actually pretty useful for 25 just for, granting the team ability and the Perplex. And, she can charge Quake some stuff. She also has a team-up card. So her team-up card just gives her a trait if she's on an Arkham Asylum or Suicide Squad themed team. Then friendly characters with a shared keyword within range have Suicide Squad team ability and are considered adjacent to each other when using it. If they can already use Suicide Squad team ability, when they roll a d6, add 1 to the result. So she can already give them the team ability, and then if they're also within range of her, they're all considered adjacent, and you get to add an additional 1 to the result. So there's a lot of potential healing you could get. If your opponent is hitting your team and not KOing something, then they're going to regret it, because when they do KO something, you're going to get to heal a lot potentially. So I think especially with the team-up card, throwing her on a Arkham Asylum or Suicide Squad team for 25 points is going to be pretty great. But even without that, like I said, I think she's pretty solid for what she can bring to a team for only 25 points. All right, next up we got Batgirl. So this is Batgirl from Teen Titans Go, I guess. I think she may also be from like a Superhero Girls show or something. Not quite sure. But anyway, this Batgirl is pretty awesome. She's got another trait. There's a lot of traits like that in this set that you'll see as we go, but friendly characters with Titans have a Batman family or Batman ally team ability. So I've noticed that with this set, they like to just give this to a lot of people. If you have this team ability, also get this team ability. That's a really cool thing. I hope we see a little bit more of that going forward. I would like to be able to just hand out team abilities for free. So yeah, Batman Family, Gotham City, Teen Titans, Detective, good keywords there. And just giving everybody with Titans Batman ally is crazy. Just giving them all stealth because she is only 45 or 20 points. So for 45, you got charge, combat reflexes, outwit, and, giving everybody stealth. Pretty great. For only 20 points, again, you got perplex and giving everybody stealth. So I think both are really good. You've got somebody that can actually attack and outwit things for 45, or for only 20, you've got more of a supporting character that can leap, climb around, and perplex things, hide in stealth, either way, and just give your whole team stealth, which is just so good. So I think she could definitely see play on the right kind of team. I think she's going to be kind of a staple for Teen Titans teams, in my opinion, even just to throw her on there for 20 points for the perplex and getting the stealth. That's so good. So yeah, I really, really like this Batgirl. As far as putting her on like a Batman Family, Gotham City, Detective type of team, still not bad. 45 points for the outwit, and the charge and everything is not bad. And 20 points for the perplex is always going to be good. 20-point perplex is always going to be useful. So I think she's definitely one of the better commons of the set. All right, up next we've got Daphne. Once again, the sculpts are looking great. Looks just like the cartoon. Do a good job, yada yada. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They all look good. So you got Mystery Inc. and Detective. Like I said, they pretty much all have those two keywords. She's got this really cool trait though, Secret Door, free, destroy a piece of blocking terrain within range and line of fire. That's awesome. I mean, what's not to love about that? So if your opponent's trying to barrier up, you can just blow it out of the way. If there's just a pesky chunk of blocking terrain you need removed, then there you go, get it out the way. 5 range, double target, 7 movement with sidestep, 12 attack with incapacitate, 17 energy shield, and 1 damage with empower is pretty good. And then later on she's got stealth, willpower, and probability control, so she can kind of run around and hide and just prob things. She's pretty interesting. She does some interesting things. She can blow up walls or squares of blocking terrain, I guess technically. She's got a 12 attack, double target end cap, and she's got empower. So she's kind of like a support piece, sidestepping around, empowering your close attacks. And she's also just getting rid of blocking, which is so good. I could see putting her on a detective team or any team just for that free destroy a square blocking, especially if you're like me and you hate barrier and you hate it when people just sit there and barrier, turtle the whole game. She's really good for just, taking a free action to get rid of some of that and let your team get through to make some attack. The Empower is also nice. I just wish she was less points. I know that they just wanted to make them all 50 points, I can tell. And, they tried to give her some more use with like sidestep, 12 attack in cap, so she can be, kind of making some attacks to incapacitate people. She's got the Empower. I kind of wish they would just drop her attack down, remove the in cap, and just made her like 25 points or something. I don't know. But that special is really good. I just wish she was a few less points that she could squeeze on some more teams. But she's a really cool figure nonetheless. And up next we've got Kid Flash, who, of course, was pretty great in the episodes I remember him of Teen Titans Go. Another little hypersonic speedster that you could carry around with Mossy Menos. Teen Titans and Speedster being his only keywords there. He's got a very interesting trait, or a special damage power, I should say. It's not a trait, but it's free. Roll a d6 on a 5 or 6. Remove an action token from an adjacent friendly character that's less points than Kid Flash or that shares a keyword with him. So basically, it's like leadership, but it's just not giving you that +1 action total. So it's like almost leadership, a less good version of leadership. You still have the chance to remove tokens. You just don't get the best part of leadership, which is +1 action total. But yeah, 9 hypersonic, 10 quake, some energy shield. I think playing him with like Mossy Menos and with Batgirl would be pretty great, because that way, Mossy Menos could carry him if you wanted. And I think giving him stealth would be great. Hypersonic speedsters with stealth is always super annoying because they can run in, hit you, and then run back and hide in stealth. I mean, it's already annoying. He's got energy shield and quake, so he can quake you, knock you back, and then run back. But stealth would make him really good. So I think that is a really good combo, and I would try that out. He's only 50 points. He can remove tokens from you. He can hypersonic and quake. He's pretty good. Nothing super crazy, but I do like him. All right, and finally finishing off the Scooby gang, we've got Velma here for, again, 50 points. Again, sculpt looks great like the show. And, these are all 50 points with Mystery Inc. Detective keyword. She's got improved targeting for hindering, which I think is really important to point out, because she's just got outwit to start with. So outwit that can see through hindering is really the main reason I would play her. So that way you can outwit characters in stealth, which is super useful. But she also has this trait that when an opposing character within range and line of fire uses probability control, after resolutions, you may heal a friendly character with the Mystery Inc. keyword 1 click. So we saw earlier with Shaggy and Scooby how they had like super senses and shape change, and when they succeed, Mystery Inc. gets what was toughness for Scooby, combat reflexes for Shaggy. And then with hers is when an opposing character uses probability control, you get to heal a friendly Mystery Inc. keyword. So you're playing them all together. They do have some cool little bonuses like that, which you should pay attention for because it could definitely help you out. But anyway, she's got an 8 range here, which is pretty crazy. So you've got a really long range for your outwit, sidestep, and willpower just kind of helps her move around a little bit and stay mobile, just keep willpowering tokens off to move around and outwit things. But yeah, 8 range outwit that can see through hindering is super useful. You could also make attacks, 10 attack, 1 damage with 8 range could get some damage in there. Then later on, she's actually got Quake, Super Senses, and Battle Fury for like 11 attack, 12 attack, 3 damage, 18 Super Senses. So once she takes a hit, she completely goes from, super smart, outwitty person to, where's my glasses? Help me find my glasses. Quit your fooling around. Help me find my glasses. She just goes crazy, quaking people with a 12 attack and Battle Fury. I love it. I think that's such a cool, character thing to put in there. Makes a lot of sense. I kind of just wish they'd given her sidestep like the whole dial to give you a little sidestep there while she's like looking around for her glasses, But anyway, fun figure. I think playing all 5 of them together would be pretty awesome, but that's only 250 points, which, you know, could fill up those 50 points with I don't know, a mystery machine, maybe? Who knows? There's also Chase Scrappy, who's like 25, but that still leaves you some space. So, yeah, I think the whole little Mystery Inc. keyword gang is a fun theme team, and I want to try them out at some point and collect, like, individually, I should say. They have some pretty interesting traits. Mostly Fred and Daphne, I think, could see play outside of a Mystery Inc. team just because of the Passenger 4 and the destroying blocking. But anyway, that's it for them. We still have a couple more to go through. Next up, we've got Clayface for the commons. I honestly was shocked this dude was only a common. I thought for sure with a big, awesome sculpt like this, he'd be a rare. But he is only a common, which is pretty cool. So taking a look at what he can do here, we've got Arkham Asylum, Batman Family, Gotham City Underworld, and Celebrity keywords, all pretty good keywords. You got Shape Change, and when Clayface uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, you may generate a Clayface duplicate bystander, Protected Outwit. So Protected Outwit on the Shape Change is great, and he has the chance of making these little duplicates that have Batman enemy team ability as well as he does, so they can, you know, share attack values. They got Plasticity to just hold people in place, and Invulnerability. The only thing they don't have is a little shape change of their own, but otherwise they're the exact same dial as him, more or less. And as long as he's top dial, he can be, you know, using the Batman enemy to give them all that 11 attack value. You know, 18 invuln, a long dial, 7 clicks long, full of just invulnerability and shape change for only 50 points. This guy, you know, with Plasticity also is kind of like the definition of a tie-up piece. You just want to move him up there, you know, tie up everybody with Plasticity so they can't run away and they can't shoot and stuff. Force them to attack him. He's got all that long dial of shape change and invuln to absorb all those hits. And he could potentially just start, you know, spewing out duplicates, and, you know, they can all be attacking, and then your opponent has to waste attacks trying to get rid of the duplicates and blah, blah, blah. So I think he's pretty cool for 50 points. You really just got to get him up in there. It's kind of, he's a little slow with only 8 movement, but if you get him like some TK or carry him up there or something, he could definitely be a force to be reckoned with if you start hitting a couple shape change rolls. Up next, we've got Batman, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I love this sculpt, but this is the second time in a row I've been disappointed by this sculpt on a Batman figure. So I've kind of lost my faith in this awesome, you know, side-kicking Batman. The one from Wonder Woman was, you know, okay, but it was really dependent on having sidekicks, and, you know, he like gave them stealth or something, and otherwise he wasn't super amazing or anything. He was just kind of cool for that. I think he might have also had a sideline active thing also, actually. Yeah, against like the Justice League or something. I don't remember. Give all your sidekicks like +1 attack against Justice League. I don't know. Anyway, on to this one though. This one has a rally die, which, you know, any attack rolls of a 3, so it's pretty easy to get your rally dice built up on him, but it's free. Remove Batman's rally dice to choose a friendly character within range and line of fire. Until your next turn, chosen character has Safeguard opposing Perplex. Which, yeah, it's whatever. I don't know. It can be good. I will say this. It can be really good if you happen to go against a Sinestro from this set. We'll get to him later in the super rares, but he can -2 anything on you if he's got the ring. That'd be like -2 damage because he can actually perplex damage down, which would suck. So that could be good in that situation, but otherwise, that's all he really does. You know, charge, perplex, combat reflexes, 75 points. That's just my only issue. He's 75 points, and I feel like he doesn't do anything. Like, you know, you can't be perplexed by opposing characters, and he has perplex. That's kind of nice. I wish he had some type of attack power, some quake, maybe some precision strike, something, I don't know, something to make him a little more useful. And then you got some flurry outwit there at the end. That's pretty good. Of course, he's got Batman team ability, and he's a wild card, so that's not bad either. But, you know, 75, 50, I just feel like he's not doing it for me. He's just not bringing enough to the table. The rally die thing is so situational. You know, people don't really tend to perplex you down as much as they tend to perplex themselves up. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It definitely does happen, but I just don't feel like it's going to come up enough for him to be very useful. Anyway, I really want to like him because he looks awesome. The sculpt is super cool. He's just too basic, I think. And the rally die thing is too specific to actually be useful. And he's not horrible, but you could definitely spend points better elsewhere. And I almost forgot, he actually does have a team-up card as well. And for his team-up card, it's a team-up with Superman and Wonder Woman. And it says, if a listed friendly character is on the map, and Batman uses Rally to choose a character with the Batman team ability, Superman team ability, or Wonder Woman team ability, the chosen character also has Safeguard opposing probability control until your next turn. So I feel like if you play him with the team-up card, with a Superman or a Wonder Woman, well, actually with those characters on the team and targeting anybody that happens to have their team abilities, giving them a Safeguard from opposing perplex and probability control is definitely better and definitely more useful. I feel like you'd have to have the team-up card to make this Batman like just that much slightly better to actually be like warrant playing him over other Batmans, in my opinion. All right, up next is Superman. So once again, this one is sharing a scope with the common Superman from the Wonder Woman set. The Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in this set all are just sculpt reuses from the Wonder Woman set. But this one is actually really freaking good. I really, really like the Superman. It's one of, if not the best commons in the set. So he's got Amazon, Batman Family, Gotham City, Justice League, Kryptonian, Metropolis, Trinity, and Reporter keywords. Improved movement, destroys blocking, always useful. Don't forget about that. He also has a rally that says free, remove one of Superman's rally dice to remove an action token from a friendly character within range. That can be himself also. And so it's every time it's friendly characters, friendly attack rolls that include a 1. So anytime you're attacking and you get a 1, you can put a rally die on him, remove it to remove an action token from any friendly character within range. Super good. That's actually a really good rally die effect that's actually really useful because you could remove it off himself or another character. Then he has this other really amazing special attack power that says when Superman hits with a range attack, choose one to last until your next turn. A hit target can't use stop, or a hit target gains immobile. Both of these are very, very good. Of course, can't use stop is going to be amazingly helpful against certain figures. And anybody that doesn't have stop, just give them a mobile. And, they can't running shot, they can't hypersonic, they can't charge on you, they can't sidestep away, nothing. It really can lock them down and mess up their placement and their strategy. So for 150 points, you've got 10 movement charge, 12 attack, 18 invincible, 4 damage with close combat expert. He's got 5 range with flight as well. So yeah, 12 attack with the 4 damage close combat expert means he's hitting 13 for 5 with that charge. It's pretty nuts. He hits 150 points, so he's going to have to hit hard for sure. The wild card team ability is great for him because he could copy Batman team ability to get some stealth. He could copy Wonder Woman TA to get, super senses on a 6 or something. Lots of good options to copy. I think the sweet spot here for him is the 75 line, however. You got running shot, 11 attack, 18 invulnerability, 4 damage with leadership. And he's got that special where he can turn off stops almost the whole way down, except for his last 2 clicks. But yeah, I really like the 75 line. The 11 attack is nice, 18 invuln, 4 damage, leadership, all very good. Running shot, with the Superman team ability is great. So yeah, really, really good. 50-point line, not bad either. He's still running shot. -1 attack and defense and damage, though, is the trade-off there. And you only get 1 click of that special attack power. So if he running shots and hits a Mystics or something, he's going to lose it. He does have hypersonic with close combat expert there. So he's still, doing some work there on those last 2 clicks. And randomly some energy explosion. But I think, yeah, like I said, 75-point line is super good. 50-point line is useful too if you need to save on points. 150 line is really fun, really more Superman, go in there and punch a guy for 5 damage, So I love all of his point lines. The improved movement blocking too really helps him, running shot through a wall or charge through a barrier or something. So yeah, I think he's really good at all the point values and definitely worth keeping in your collection. Oh, and once again, he also has a team-up card. Now his team-up is, of course, for Batman and Wonder Woman. If a listed friendly character is on the map and Superman uses Rally to choose a character with the Batman ally, Superman ally, or Wonder Woman team abilities, the chosen character removes all action tokens instead. So that's one of those ones where it's like a little bit better on something that's already good. It's definitely not something you absolutely need, but removing all action tokens instead of 1 is very good. So, you know, why not? If you have it, throw it on him. It makes him that much better. He was already amazing, but it makes him even better. So cool. Like that team up card a lot more. Love this Superman, but let's move on to the last common. All right, last but certainly not least for the commons, we have Wonder Woman. Again, shares a sculpt with her common from her own set. I do like this sculpt though. You know, very cool pose with the lasso and everything. And this Wonder Woman is also amazing. Like, that's one of the reasons I'm extra disappointed in the Batman in the set, is because the Superman and the Wonder Woman for commons are so good. It's like, you guys could have made the Batman a little bit better, okay? But anyway, yeah, lots of keywords. I think they all pretty much have the same keywords between the Trinity there. And hers is for opposing attack rolls of a 6, which I do like how Superman's is friendlies of a 1, Batman's was all of a 3, and hers is opposing attack rolls of a 6. But hers says, free, remove one of Wonder Woman's rally dice to heal a friendly character within range 1 click. Then she has the Giant Reach 3 Quake from the Lasso of Truth, and when Wonder Woman hits after resolutions, hit characters can't use damage powers until your next turn. Super good. I mean, that's knocking out all kinds of perplex, outwit, prob, close combat expert, range combat expert, exploit weakness, leadership. Like, there's so many good damage powers that's just gonna turn off altogether, and it's just so amazing. So she got 3 range, flight with an 8 movement charge, 12 attack with the Giant Reach 3 Quake that can knock out damage powers special, 18 impervious, 3 damage. She's got Wonder Woman team ability and wild card. They all have their own team ability and wild card to copy one of the other ones, so I think that's really cool too. I think she's super playable at either point value. 75, she's a beast with that 12 attack, 18 impervious. And then for 50, she's super useful also. You know, you still got the 8 movement charge. You got an 11 attack, which is still pretty good to hit with that, you know, Giant Reach Quake. 17 super senses, not as good as the impervious, but you will get that on, you know, a 4 through 6 with the Wonder Woman team ability. So it makes her, you know, kind of harder to hit actually. And then she's got a little, you know, exploit flurry blades there, which makes her super deadly and at the back of her dial. But yeah, I just think she's great. I've had my butt kicked by this Wonder Woman in Sealed already because that Quake Giant Reach that turns off damage powers is just so good. And if you roll a 6 against her, she's just gonna have that rally dice to be able to heal herself or other friendly characters, which is really good. She also has a team-up card, of course, the whole Trinity does. But now, one thing I want to point out with her team-up card, very important detail, is it actually gives her improved targeting characters, which is huge, because that means her Giant Reach 3 Quake is going to be able to see past characters and hit more characters, which is really, really useful. So I think she's definitely one of the team-up cards to look out for. But the actual effect it gives her is a team-up for Batman and Superman, if a listed friendly character is on the map, and Wonder Woman uses Rally to choose a character with the Batman ally, Superman ally, or a Wonder Woman ally team ability, the chosen character heals 2 clicks instead. So of course, you know, you're going to be able to heal herself 2 clicks, or other friendlies potentially 2 clicks. So I think she has one of, if not maybe the best team-up cards as far as how much it actually improves her and how good she already is. We already have so many good Wonder Womans, and this is just another one to add to that list. I'm really going to have to redo my top 5 Wonder Womans after this set because there's so many good ones now. But anyway, really, really like her. Definitely one of the other best characters in the set, easily. And that does it for the commons. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that like button. It does help me out a lot. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments because I would love to hear what you guys have to say about all of the comments so far. Anyway, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. If you'd like to help support the channel even more, make sure to check the links in the description for our Patreon so you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people, as well as be entered to win our monthly Patreon giveaways for as little as $1 a month. So make sure to check that out. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.